Right, I want to talk a bit more about the science behind gardening, and this time it's to do with reproduction and genes of different plants. To get a true tree or plant, let's say like a blueberry or a pear or apple tree, there's two ways of doing things. So like with an apple or pear tree, you might consider taking a cutting of the apple tree, then grafting it onto a rootstock, and then what's going to grow on top of the rootstock is a genetic equivalent or an identical equivalent to the previous tree. With the blueberries, if you take a cutting, the cutting will come true to the original mother plant. But things like, say like this sea kale here, there's a few plants like sea kale, purslane, lamb's lettuce, chickweed. They all seem to come true from the seed, as in like what seed you get from those plants, they'll produce the same kind of plant. There will be subtle differences, genetic differences, but as regards to taste, look, and resistance to the cold, they'll be almost identical to the mother plant. Things like apples, so we got here. Good example is the Bramley apple tree. And with the Bramley apple, it's when it produces blossom, it can't pollinate any other tree, but it can be pollinated by other trees itself. And the seed that it produces, if you plant that seed of the Bramley apple, it will not become a Bramley apple. It will become something between the father and the mother plant. So it's the pollen is the male, and then you got the female parts which produce with the pollen produces the seed, but you will not get the identical tree. You might get something similar, but definitely not the same. Other trees and other apple and other fruit trees are all the same, and a lot of other things as well, like you've got strawberry plants down here. With strawberry plants, if you ever get the seeds of strawberry plants and plant them, they seem to like to revert back to their original sort of like state, which would be the alpine or mountain strawberry or wild strawberry, the smaller strawberries. But what you generally don't get is the big juicy strawberries you're after. You're gonna get that occasionally, but I found with strawberries 9 times out of 10 you end up with the small strawberries, which are alright. They're usable. Depends what you're after. But stuff like this, yeah, the chickweed comes back exactly. If that lays its seed, it'll look exactly the same and taste the same as the original chickweed. Right, I hope that's useful, and I suppose there's one other thing. That's why I got my cane. I ain't got any runner beans out. They're the canes for the runner beans. Last year I kept all my, a lot of my seeds for the runner beans, and I planted them out. 33% of them roughly gave white flowers and not much yield. And the other 66% they ended up being a bit like the parent bean, so the scarlet runner bean. But the other 33% not good at all, just very low yield. So is it worth keeping seeds for certain plants? Well, try it, but you might be disappointed, and if it's only a few pence for the seeds but you're getting a few pounds worth of beans, it's probably worth just buying the packet and be more reliable. But it's also good, start them off, see what you get anyway. But I think next year I'm just going to stick with packet seeds for the runner beans, but broad beans didn't seem to get affected by that. So I've planted my broad beans out already, see how they go, see if they overwinter, and then I got the packet of them as well to finish off next year in March. Right, I hope that's useful. Take care and bye.